And we're live. We're on air. Let's go. Listen, what if I told you you can build $1 million business and do it in 12 months? Would you believe me? Well, that's exactly what we're doing. Let's get NC on here. All right, we got NC on here. So we got a live active house right now. So what if I told you you can build $1 million business and do it in 12 months? Would you believe me? Well, that's exactly what we're doing each and every day. We're going behind the scenes, basically to show you how the sausage is made. We're building $1 million business and we're doing it from the ground up. Absolutely 100% from scratch. So if it's your first time joining me, today we're on episode 21. Let's get it. 21. What does that mean? That means there's 20 other episodes that are available for you to watch if you haven't checked them out. What are we doing? Why are you here? We're building $1 million business and we're doing it in public. So this is truly a live session. There's no AI here. What am I doing? I'm going behind the scenes each and every day, giving you the playbook how we're building out this $1 million business. If you're interested in building out your own $1 million business, here's my call to action. One, subscribe to the newsletter, right? Two, support your boy. Have other people join us as well, like-minded individuals like you, because we know we grow together. That's how we get things done. Listen, who am I? I'm Patrick Hart, known as that healthcare guy, HART, kind of like Kevin Hart. He's way funnier, has way more money. But what can I do for you? I can help you generate and put your own playbook so you can build your $1 million business. So let's set the ground rules right now for how do we build $1 million business. Well, one, you should know this. There's no ground rules for building $1 million, right? However, there is a clear framework and playbook that we're going to follow this year, and that's what we've been building in public. So if it's your first time joining, know this: we got 20 other episodes. That those episodes were designed to set the foundation and what growth looks like in our $1 million business, right? So if you haven't checked those out, or if you're first time here and you want to know how are we building out this foundation, go check out those other previous 20 episodes. You can go to, there's a link that I have right in my bio, or you can top right hand corner. There should be either a QR code or a picture of the newsletter. Click on that. Plus, there's a floating banner, depending on where you're watching this from, that also has the information where you can sign up directly to the newsletter as well. So if you're on TikTok, we have a goal. We're looking for 25 new subscribers on this particular episode if you're on TikTok. So go ahead and subscribe to that newsletter. In fact, let me do something. Let me make sure I can do this. Let me grab the link. Let me put this in here. Let me copy this link. I want to put this in the chat box for everybody. Put it right here. Bam. Pop that in there. That's going to be the link right there to subscribe. We'll pop that in there. Can I get it in there? TikTok is playing with me. They don't want to put me in there. TikTok is playing with me. All right, let me try that again. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. Y'all bear with me. I think I got it. All right, here we go. All right. TikTok don't want to let me put that in there. Okay, whatever. Use the link that I got right there in the bio. Listen, I'm Patrick Hart, former healthcare guy. Former healthcare technology executive, Army veteran, 6 years in the military, serving the country, 2 tours overseas, 1 during 9/11. Was part of an executive team that sold a technology company at the end of 2018 for a lot of money. Since then, I became an entrepreneur 3 years ago. And my whole focus behind becoming an entrepreneur, one was to build wealth independent of an organization. 2 was to lead with purpose and impact. And that purpose and impact has all been about helping other people navigate their careers and their professional lives to grow visibility and monetize their talents that they bring to these organizations, or offlines if you're building your own business as well, right? So a lot of the people that rock with me, your mid-level professionals, your small business owners, your entrepreneurs, your everyday hustlers, you're just trying to make an impact for yourself, your family, and then other people around you as well. So thank you guys for joining. We're on episode we're on episode 21. I'm 4 minutes into this thing, and I try to provide you the energy and the insight that you need to help you get to where you need to be. Today, we're going to be streaming across Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, as well as YouTube. Tap in, put your first name in there. Let me know where you're joining from, because why is this going to be so important? When we get to the space, when we started spending money, like our ad spend in our business, we need to know where's the best place to spend that money. Where are you going to get the greatest ROI, return on investment, right? So for me, that's why I'm streaming across all these different platforms. One, it's going to generate some visibility, but 2, I can see exactly where the love is coming from. So I appreciate you, family. Again, I'm Patrick Hart, known as that healthcare guy. Let's get into it. What are we talking about today? Today's episode 21, and we're talking about securing your first sponsorship deal. So if you're just now here and you're like, man, yeah, absolutely, I want to get sponsors to invest in me to support my growth, but I don't know how to get there, go back and check out the other 20 episodes, right? Because now you're going to catch up to where we are here and find out how did we get here. Okay, that's going to be so important. Remember, there's a link. You can go to my YouTube page. I have a whole playlist called Building a $1 Million Business. You can check out the other previous episodes. They're only 30 minutes long. So here's my call to action. Sign up for the newsletter ASAP today if you haven't. We're growing that baby to 50,000 subscribers. That's the second goal. The first goal is to generate $1 million in revenue and do it in 2026. Is it possible? Absolutely. Will we make it? Absolutely will. But we can't do it solo. We do it together through your support. So sign up for the newsletter if you haven't done that. That's going to be dope. And the other thing too, listen, rock with your boy. If you know like-minded individuals like you who are interested in gaining wealth for themselves, building something from scratch, have them tap in. I do these lives every single day, Monday through Friday at noon Central Standard Time. They're only 30 minutes and they're packed with tons of insight, tons of information that's going to help you get to the next level. So make sure you do that. The other thing too, sign up for that newsletter. Today, we're talking about securing your first sponsorship deal. This is so important. And this is important for a lot of different reasons. One, we're going to gain revenue. The other is going to be exposure. But when I'm talking to people behind the scenes, what I find out is a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of small business owners, here's where they struggle the most, selling. Like they have a problem selling things, right? And what's going to help you get past selling faster than anything is going to be income and revenue, right? So if I can show you how to generate some revenue while you're still building in person, then this is going to be valuable for you, for me, and then everybody else on this as well. Remember, the chat boxes are always open. You can drop comments as I'm speaking. I try to work through, the comments as I'm working through my talking points on this particular live. All right, so here's something that I want you to reframe really, really quick, because a lot of people struggle with sales, right? I want you to reframe how you talk about monetization. Monetization is not an extraction, right? Monetization is matchmaking. A lot of people look like, man, if I have to sell something, then I'm pulling something from somebody else. Like I have to work hard to sell somebody on something. Listen, we're going to reframe that. Monetization is not extraction, it's matchmaking, right? What are we charging for, right? We're charging for our audience, right? That's what we're charging for. Okay, let me invite you to do this. If you haven't built a newsletter and you're looking at you want to build your own business, listen, go to the link that I have in the bio, right? Click on the newsletter. Sign up for the newsletter, but then also I can send you a link where you can build your own newsletter so I can save you some money as well. Anyway, monetization is extraction, it's not matchmaking. And what are we charging for? We're charging for our audience, the built-in audience that we've built up. You're charging companies for access to attention that we've earned, right? It's so important. When people start rocking with you, like I have 2 newsletters right now. I have my LinkedIn newsletter that has about 4,700, subscribers on that. Then I have my offline version of my newsletter, which is totally different, right? This is going to be the monetization tools, tips, and strategies to help you monetize your talents already. And that one already has over 1,200 people, right? So collectively, we're a little less than 6,000 people that we have in the newsletter. And we only kicked this thing off, man. We kicked it off January the 11th. So we're not even 30 days into this, baby, and it's been growing. So if you haven't signed up for that newsletter, make sure you go ahead and sign up for that newsletter. Do that ASAP. Do it right now. All right. Here's this. I want you to know this, guys. Attention is the hardest thing to acquire in 2026, right? So brands struggle more than creators in this aspect. So attention is hard to acquire. Brands struggle with this. Here's what creators think. Okay. If you're a creator, they often think like this. Why would someone pay me? This is what creators think. Brands, they're thinking like this. How do I reach people without being ignored, right? So we got 2 problems. We got the creators. Why would somebody pay me? Brands is how do I reach more people without being ignored? What are we solving? What are we solving in our distribution? We're solving the distribution problem, right? So here's the line that's going to hit you that I want to hit you right in the chest with this. You don't build followers. That's not what we're doing. We're not building followers. We're building a distribution infrastructure. So this is how I wanted you to think of the people that rock with you, the people that collab with you, the people that follow you, right? They're not followers. We're building a distribution infrastructure. And so once you begin to shift your mind to how we're generating wealth this year, right? It's not about just through follow growth, it's through that distribution system. Casey, I see you on there. What's up, family? Thank you for joining. Casey is joining from LinkedIn. Appreciate the love. And then MD, I see you on NC, baby. Thanks. And that's Mark, by the way. If people don't know Mark, y'all want to follow Mark, rock with the boy as well. And then my TikTok family, man, 22 Don, what's up, baby? And then we got Tanner up in the house. Thank y'all for joining. Listen, we're growing the newsletter. We're growing it to 50,000 subscribers and $1 million in revenue in 2026. We already have close to 6,000, right? And it's been less than a month, right? And we're starting to generate money through ad partnerships and revenue. And so if you're just now joining, that's what we're talking about today. How do you get sponsors to pay you for space in your business, in your company, in your newsletter, things like that? So thank you guys. Join the newsletter if you haven't done that. And then here's the problem that a lot of entrepreneurs, small business owners have, content creators, whatever, they have a problem selling. Like selling becomes this icky, sticky word that they're fearful of, right? So what am I trying to share with you? I'm trying to share with you a way to monetize your talents without feeling like you're selling things to everybody, right? And one of the ways you do that is through ad sponsorships. So that's the topic that we're talking about today. We're not building followers. We're building a distribution infrastructure, because once you have that infrastructure, guess what? Brands, they see the value in your followers, and then people start to pay you, or these sponsors start to pay you for the trust that you've built through your followers. You guys are rocking with me. You understand that? Okay. So why sponsorship first? If you're building something, this is what I would encourage you to do. And this is why I'm leaning with this first. So we're building this newsletter from scratch. We kicked this thing off January the 11th. So we're less than 30 days into it. And the first thought for me was, I want to monetize this, right? But I'm not ready to sell my subscribers products, services, and or solutions, right? I'm not ready to sell them that. So how can I start generating some money before I get to that piece of the business? The first thing I'm thinking about is sponsors. I'm thinking about ad space. I'm thinking about highlighting sponsors. I'm thinking about them paying me for the audience that I've already established. So for me, before I build my courses, before I build my memberships, before I even share with people my coaching platform, I'm thinking about the ad structure, right? I'm thinking about spaces for them. Here's a sponsorship advantage if you're thinking like that. Remember, if you're just now joining, we're building $1 million business. What I'm sharing with you each and every day, I'm telling you the tools, the techniques, the strategies. I'm sharing the automation, the frameworks, the discussions, everything that's going on to help me build $1 million business, right? And you can do it as well. So make sure you sign up for the newsletter if you haven't. There's going to be the link top right hand corner. There's going to be the floating banner, or you can go to the link in the bio and you can click on the newsletter. And if you're first time here and you're already getting value, it's like, well, let me go back and watch the other 20. You can do that. Use the link, go to my YouTube page. There's a whole playlist for these. They're only 30-minute segments. You can get tons of insight and information to help you catch back up before we kick another one off tomorrow. So here's the sponsorship advantage, right? Sponsorship advantage. One thing is I don't have to worry about product development time, meaning a lot of business owners, you're trying to build your $1 million business, right? And you're looking at your portfolio, whether it's coaching, whether that's courses, whether it's memberships, and you're thinking, man, I got to create this, I got to create this, I got to create this. Well, the sponsorship advantage is right now I can start earning money before I even get there. Like I don't have to develop anything, which is saving me some time already. The other thing too is I don't have to worry about customer support because I'm not pushing out any products, services, and or solutions yet. I'm still thinking about how do I monetize this without selling, the hardcore products. The other thing too, I'm not worried about refund risk because I'm not refunding anything. These ad spaces are paying me for the attention that they're getting. And the other thing too is I'm not worrying about fulfillment because I hadn't sold anything. And we know you guys ever shopped at a retail big box store, right? And you buy something and then right after Christmas, you're returning it because you didn't like it. That happens in your business too. There's a cost invested with that. So I'm not ready to deal with that yet in building my $1 million business. So I'm focusing on ads. What can we do? We can monetize before we start our expertise packaging. So this is what we're getting at too. Here's the other thing you need to understand. I want to introduce this to you. You've probably never heard this before. There's called trust per subscriber concept. Okay. We're building $1 million business. Oftentimes, if you're going to build $1 million business, you're going to have to do it through owning your ecosystem. This is why we started with the newsletter. And if we're growing that baby to 50,000 subscribers, we built our own ecosystem. A lot of business owners, they struggle because they built something, right? And they got the standalone business, maybe they got a website, and you get some infrequent people that come and visit you, but you don't collect their information. So therefore, you don't have any reoccurring buyers from your organization. What are we trying to do? We're trying to create our own ecosystem where people rock with me, they support me, but also I rock with them and support them as well by offering them products, services, and or solutions that help them generate their $1 million as well. So this is why we're building our ecosystem right here. So when we get to trust per prescriber concept, what this is, you need to understand this. 10,000 random subscribers, that's cool. But you know what's greater than that? 3,000 niche subscribers, meaning if you found your niche, these are people that's rocking with you. That's better to have 3,000 than to have 10,000 random subscribers. Here's the thing. You become valuable faster than large entertainment pages. A lot of people think, man, I need thousands of followers. I need thousands of followers to build $1 million company. You don't need thousands of followers. You need the very niche people that rock with you, that are interested in growing with you and buying your product, services, and solutions. There's this triangle that you need to understand. It's called a value exchange triangle, right? Brands get, you know what brands get through this triangle? Well, brands get targeted exposure. Your audience, what do they get? They get relevant solutions. What you get, excuse me, I'm over here coughing. What do you get out of this? You get revenue, right? So there's this triangle, and when it's aligned properly, nobody feels sold to. So there's this value triangle. Let me say that again. It's a value triangle. Brands get targeted exposure. Your audience, they get relevant solutions. And what do you get? You get revenue in the process. So if once you get that triangle just right, your business begins to grow. Remember, the comment sections is open. I see you, family. Thank you for joining. I can't even pronounce your name. Mamneeb. Okay, I got you, family. I see you there. I see you present. We're streaming across Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, as well as YouTube. Drop your comments, and thank you guys for joining. If you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, subscribe to the newsletter ASAP. We do that. We're growing that baby to 50,000. There's a goal on TikTok, family. If you're here, we're going to get to 25 new subscribers. If you're on TikTok, to sign up for the newsletter, I appreciate you. And then the comment section is open. Always make space towards the end as well, where we're trying to work through any comments that we have coming in. Here's the pricing psychology that I want to share with you guys really quick. Most people underprice early because they try to compare to a CPM ads revenue model, right? If you never heard the term CPM, what does it mean? It's a pricing model, and it's a metric that measures the cost for advertisers to display their ad for every 1,000 impressions on your web page, your app, or whatever platform that they happen to be paying to rock with you on, right? So the pricing psychology here. But our newsletters, here's the difference. Our newsletters are endorsements. They're not banner ads, okay? It's different. Banner ads, they rent for attention. Newsletter placements, what are they doing? They're borrowing trust. Trust costs more than impressions. So this is where we can make money. How did we build trust? These are people that are rocking with you already. Your follower list, they're already rocking with you in your newsletter. They're rocking with you in your business, and you got space. You can monetize it. A lot of people didn't know that. You can monetize it. So that's why we're starting here in 2026 with the newsletter, because once you have so many followers, should we say people, subscribers in your newsletter, those people, they're rocking with it because they trust what you have to say. They appreciate the value that you bring forward. And now advertisers see the space that you created, right? This ecosystem that you created, and they're ready to rock with you as well. And so now you have this monetization strategy where brands, advertisers, they want to rock with you and they want to pay because now you've already have a trusted space for people, right? So banner ads, they rent attention, newsletter placements, they borrow trust. People, these brands are trusting us because you know what they know? They know people are coming back to frequent your newsletter. And it's all in the numbers. It's all in the numbers. So here's my sponsorship strategy. I want to share this with you. Time check really quick. I got 11 minutes, so I think we're good. So here's my sponsorship strategy for 2026. I got 2 revenue engines to start with when we're talking about sponsorship, just sponsorships, because there's other different revenue engines. We talked about some of that in some of the other earlier episodes. But today, when we're talking about sponsorships, there's two revenue engines for me, right? And I view this as the short-term cash plus the long-term advantage, right? We're thinking short-term as well as we're thinking long-term. The biggest thing you can do as a business owner, entrepreneur, mid-level professional is get strategic about how you see your career elevating, how you see your business elevating. We don't only want to be thinking about today. We want to be thinking about tomorrow. We want to be thinking about next year, 5 years from now. What does success looks like for us in our business? I see you, family. Thank you for joining. So when I'm thinking about my two-step revenue engine for my ad space, the first thing I'm thinking about is my Beehive network. What is Beehive? Beehive is my newsletter. That's the platform that's hosting my newsletter. This is how we're going to get to $1 million here in 2026, right? I'm going to use my newsletter. Within Beehive, within the newsletter, I don't have to worry about cash flow because when I start generating ads, I get a cash flow starter, right? Money they're paying me before I even sold any product, services, and or solutions. They're paying me to promote just basic content that I'm putting out there. The other thing too is I'm not having to worry about do additional outreach for sponsors to pay me. In Beehive, in the solution that I have, there's matchmaking. So they're matching me with people who rock with me, with brands who want to support the growth, or they want to tap in with the built-in trusted audience that I have as well. Remember, we're on episode 2021. I see a lot of new faces coming in here. What does that mean? There's 20 other episodes that you can go back and catch. Every single episode is packed with tons of value, tons of insight. And we're still on the foundation stage. Like we built out the foundation for what success looked like in our newsletter. Today, we're talking about ad sponsorships, how to attract the ads, how to grow revenue without even selling product, services, and or solutions yet. So this is what we're getting to. And right now I'm using Beehive as my framework, my network, because they have a built-in ecosystem where brands are coming to them looking to collaborate on people's content so they can grow their brand as well. So if that's you, tap into that. Use my link, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't done it already. Subscribe to that. It's going to be great. Thank you for the love. I see you, family. I see you. Look, memory day is coming in here, family. Let me give you the hearts. Let me give you, family. I see you. I appreciate the hearts and the love. So the first one is the Beehive Network. I'm going to use the Beehive Network to match me with ad placements so I can start building revenue right there. The second is going to be direct deals, right? So there's two. There's going to be the matchmaking, and then the second is going to be the direct deals. What is this? This is relationship building. You're going to get higher margins. You're going to get recurring revenue in this particular model. You're going to get strategic partnerships. You're going to, and the best part is like you're not choosing one. Like I'm stacking, multiple if I wanted to create the kind of wealth that I'm looking for. So my two different approach revenue engines this year, from an ad standpoint, it's going to be the Beehive Network, where they're going to pair me with people where now I'm placing ads in every single drop that I have. And I drop my newsletter twice a week right now. Tuesdays and Fridays, I drop them during the morning. If you haven't tapped into that, go back and read some of the previous articles. Tons of good insight that's going to help you position yourself for the success that you're looking like for in your career. Who am I speaking to? Mid-level professionals and or entrepreneurs. So if you're on that path, you're looking to grow your career and you're feeling stuck, you're looking at positioning, you're looking at how do I interview, how do I network, how do I get promotions, all that. I have information in there for you, and I'm still building that out. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking at how do I grow my business, how do I attract the right customers? If you're a coach, you're looking at what's the right marketing techniques, what's the right strategies, how do I send DMs, what should I be talking about, how to create a coaching program. All of that is part of the Hustling 25-8. This is designed to help you monetize your talents so you can get to the next level. So here's an important mindset shift that I need to share with you guys really quick. Ad networks, they monetize traffic, right? Direct deals, they monetize authority. Our goal is we're graduating from monetizing traffic to going to influence, all right? So we're going from ads monetizing our traffic to now they're monetizing the authority we have. And we'll talk a little bit more about this. And here's some positioning insight. Early sponsors often become long-term partners if they see conversions, right? So meaning once people place ads on your platforms and then they start to see more and more people are like clicking on their particular ads, those ad sponsorships, now they want to become partners, and those partners can generate real recurring wealth and income for you through your business as well. So here's the Beehive network process. Let me share with you this. Here's the automation angle that I want to share with you. You already did the hard work, right? You built up an established follower list. People are rocking with you. They're vibing with you, whatnot. You've already attracted your readers. You've already built trust, and you're maintaining your engagement, which is so important. Now, what does the Beehive framework does for me? Well, they're going to handle the advertiser acquisition. They're going to handle the compliance, the tracking, and the payouts, right? So what does this happens for you? This becomes your first taste of earning money without actively selling anything yet. Why are we doing this? Because I know so many people, they build a business and the first thing they struggle with is how do I sell? How do I sell? Well, this framework we're using today is we're setting up something, we're just providing valuable content. And in the process, we started making money just by sharing valuable content. You see what I'm saying? I'm not selling anything yet. Speaking of that, this is what I'm going to sell you. I'm going to sell you a new lifestyle. So sign up for the newsletter. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, it's called Hustling 25-8. There's a link top right hand corner. You can use that, sign up for that ASAP today. That's going to be so impactful for you. So I want you to understand this. Okay, understand this real quick because time check. I only got 4 minutes, so let me run through this really quick. Your revenue is going to begin to scale in 3 different levers, right? 3 different levers. 1 is going to be your subscribers. 2 is going to be your open rate, and then 3 is going to be your send frequency, right? This is how you maximize and you start earning more money. 1 is going to be your subscribers. 2 is going to be your open rate. 3 is going to be your send frequency. You can grow income without growing your audience by improving your engagement. A lot of people struggle with this, right? We're trying to grow something, but your engagement is low, your engagement is weak. You can have a handful of people, you got 500 people and grow your engagement. And to now advertisers, they want to spend with you. They want to pay money just to be in your ecosystem and reach your subscribers. Monetization is also a content quality feedback loop. What do I mean by that? If you have poor, sucky quality, you're not going to have great subscriber rate. You're not going to have great open rate. And then you're not going to have great retention, right? Or engagement. But and this is going to determine how much money you actually make from an ad sponsorship. So we're always tracking those metrics, open rates, subscribers, and engagement. That's going to be so important. Here's a trust point that you need to understand. I don't accept every single ad that comes my way because here's my rule for filtering through ads. If I wouldn't recommend them without payment, I don't recommend them with payment. And this is something you want to think about as well, because what are you doing? You're protecting your audience time as well as attention. If they already rock with you on your content, they need to rock with you on the choices that you're selecting from a sponsorship as well. These sponsors should be designed to help them achieve new levels through education or insight, right? So those are the people that I find attractive for me. Direct sponsorship, pitching, and closing. Outreach, listen, outreach is research. This is what you need to understand. You're not begging. So when you start sliding into people's DMs and you're asking for this, that, or the other, what are you doing for yourself? You're researching what actually works, what actually is relevant, what's actually important to your audience. That's going to be important for them. All right. Why brands? What do brands actually want? Right? They don't really care about your follower count. They want buyer relevance. So here's the thing: you can have 500 employees in a SaaS company, but 500 employee SaaS company, but they're going to value 3,000 key decision makers more than 100,000 general readers. What do I mean by this? It's not about how many hundreds of thousands of people you have. It's about the people that are rocking with you that provide the most value. This is what I'm getting at. I see you, Kevin. Thank you, family. I appreciate it. Listen, if you guys haven't subscribed to the newsletter, sign up for that newsletter today. We're a little less than 6,000 people that we have across LinkedIn as well as offline version. Sign up for the offline version. You're going to find tons of insight. It's designed to help you monetize your talents so you can create the kind of income and wealth and impact that you're looking to make for yourself. So let me give you this right here. Instead of saying, when you're selling things, right? Instead of telling people like I have a newsletter, I want you to reframe this way. My readers are so if we're gonna start selling or we're gonna start pitching to these sponsorship ad companies, you don't just tell them, hey, I have a newsletter. You want to tell them, hey, I got readers who are actively trying to solve X, right? And their problem and X problem, and we have a solution for that we offer, right? Because what are you doing? You're presenting a shortcut to your customers. Once you speak directly to the problems you're solving, your advertisers know exactly the type of ecosystem that you built, and then they're willing to pay for that as well. Here's a leverage tip. You offer category exclusivity if you want to generate a higher rate, meaning I got this one advertiser, they specifically do that, and you tell them, listen, you're going to be the only one within my section that's going to talk about this. I'm not going to have any other subscribers. We can charge premium dollars for that. We can bundle multiple issues. We can include LinkedIn posts for amplification. I can't talk today, for amplification, right? So this is a bonus. You can be on my newsletter, and you can be on my newsletter and my LinkedIn site as well. They get the best of both worlds. And we can include a founder story. These are all things that's going to help you get to the next level when we're talking about generating income for yourself. So here's some types that I want you to explain. When we're talking about like ad space monetization, there's called a flat fee, which is there's a predictable revenue model. You know exactly how much you're going to get from that. There's going to be a per click model, which is good for testing out. This is what we're doing today. We're doing the per click model today because it's the easiest way to get started. Then you can look at the per conversion, which it builds higher trust for your deals. Then you can look at your monthly partnerships, and these are best for your long-term stability. So the goal here is to have more partners than the other ones that I mentioned, because once you have a partner, they already know the value, and you have a reoccurring revenue model that's going to come from that ad space. Remember, we got the flat fee, we got the per click, we got the per conversion, and then we got our monthly partners. We're looking to build monthly partners each and every time. Listen, I think I'm going to be at time. I'm actually a little bit over time. Listen, I guess the big message that I want to share with you guys, I don't want you to wait to think that, hey, I need thousands of people to get started, right? Waiting is not the answer. You're already big enough right now. You can have 100 people and you can monetize your insights. Then that's going to be so important for you. So don't wait till tomorrow to build something that you can do today. Tomorrow, we're going to be back, same time, different message. But what's the thing that we're going to be doing? We're still building $1 million business. Listen, guys, I'm Patrick Hart, known as That Healthcare Guy. Sign up for the newsletter ASAP if you haven't. We're building at the 50,000 subscribers. Invite people to come back to this. We do these Monday through Friday. They're only 30-minute segments. We're on episode 21. You can go to the link in the bio. You can go to my YouTube page. You can watch the other 20. They're only 30-minute segments. There are tons of insights. And what do you miss so far? We built the foundation. We talked about the framework. We talked about how are we going to monetize this. And then eventually I'm going to be taking you even more behind the scenes to show you some of the automations, some of the talks that we have, some of the tools that we're using, some of the softwares that's behind the scenes, as well as our workflow to help us get to $1 million. Hey, I'm Patrick Hart. Thank you for rocking with your boy. I don't see any questions coming in right now, but it's okay. You can always tag back in with me later, slide in my DM. But until tomorrow, hey, let's keep rocking with your boy. Let's keep hustling. Let's get it. See you tomorrow, guys.